Hey, it's Pop Rocks. I talk about hero concepts, hero design, and other stuff generally with communities. It's mostly Overwatch and Marvel Rivals. So today I'm going to be telling you about what is the deal with people's feelings about Vendetta, and with that, the most recent heroes. Let's get into it. I want to preface I have no problem with how the heroes have been designed, both gameplay wise or visually, with these last 6 heroes including Vendetta. So from Venture to now, I've had really no issue. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. Vendetta, I do agree, should have a few facial scars. Like, not big ones, not gnarly scars, just a few cuts and bruises. I think that would have been better. So I get people wanting that, but I'm going to go into this because it gets deeper on how the community acts and how we react to stuff, and it just needs to be addressed formally. So please share this with other people if you want it to be addressed, and then if you don't agree with this video, that's fine. Just if you want to interact with it, interact. If you don't, you don't. You don't have to. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's start this video with 2024's first hero, that being Venture Overwatch. Now, what was wrong with Venture? Well, in my opinion, nothing. I love Venture. Venture is so quirky, so cringe and silly. I love it. It's my favorite. They also have a very combo-heavy playstyle, which gets quote-unquote free value, some people label it. I'm just saying, I get it that having the shields constantly generate is a little annoying, but it's basically the same thing that Magic does in Marvel Rivals, but we don't have issues with Magic in Marvel Rivals. So, if you played both games, tell me what the real difference is. I guess the difference is when Magic does damage, so honestly it's actually more uptime because Magic has a lot more tools to do damage. But aside from gameplay wise, visually, what did Venture bring? Well, nothing insane, but Venture also didn't cater to any basically gooners, because let's be honest, Venture is fairly neutral design wise. I'm pretty sure Venture is a woman and is non-binary, like born a woman but is non-binary. So they had made sure Venture was covered up, because Venture doesn't want to show off. Venture is just Venture. And so they didn't appeal to that audience, and they didn't promote Venture very well. But then when people were like, oh, it's Venture, nobody cared. Not at least on launch, right? Because I cared a lot. I love Venture. Venture's cool, right? I already said this. But then other people just said, why? Why do people like this character? They're ugly. First off, is Venture ugly? No, I think Venture's a cutie patootie. Just that's it. They're just a cute character. They can be annoying if that's not your thing, okay. But I didn't see anything wrong with Venture. So now we're going to be ending with Venture and jump past Juno to talk about Hazard. Now let's talk about Hazard. I remember when Hazard was revealed, I was so hyped. I was so fucking hyped. I was like, he's so cool looking. And from everything when he fully released in the game even, I was like, holy shit, I guess half of this shit, and I almost got the number of pellets he shot right and everything. I was so hyped when he came out. But then, after his hero trailer and stuff, I was hearing things. People were like, he's so ugly, his design sucks. First off, Hazard is a conventionally attractive man. Let's be honest, he's not ugly. Let's just get that straight. Secondly, people said his color scheme was weird. Really? It's fairly, it's pretty stereotypical, but it's punk. It is a punk style. He's got black, he's got some purple. I love the purple, by the way. I love purple being his primary color. And then design-wise, he's more aggressive, a kind of different way. Not quite the Doomfist levels of being a tank, but not like the Reinhardt Sigma levels. It's more leaning towards a Doomfist Roadhog, but still having the qualities of a more proper tank. And I like that. And I was so confused when people said he was ugly or his color scheme sucked. Because why? Why does it suck? And they were like, oh, it's just ugly. I'm like, that's not a thing. It looks good. The colors make sense. Black on purple is a very good color scheme. And then you got bits of gold and green throughout his outfit. It was awesome. I think there was some orange too. It was good. I liked it. But people didn't like it. It wasn't well received at first. And really, Hazard has never been well received. Let's be honest. So now we're going to go jump back to Juno. Juno was the second hero released in 2024. And what was the reception on Juno? She's cute, she's pretty, gooner stuff, right? When her hero trailer dropped, everybody loved her. I loved her. She's cute, she's awesome. She's got a unique little gameplay, and I liked the idea of somebody from space. I was on board. But the difference between Venture and Hazard and then Juno is a pretty woman. That's really the difference. Venture is not a, no form-fitting outfits, no nothing. Is just Venture. Hazard, more big, kind of took more liberties with certain aspects, like trying to do a very unique silhouette with Hazard with the shell and the spikes, but people don't like it. So now we'll jump to 2025. Now we jump to 2025, and I don't know when in 2025 this was like revealed or hinted at, so I'm just going to say it now for you to know my confusion on why the community is complaining about Vendetta being conventionally attractive. Because at some point in 2025, before or after Freya, I think it was before Wu Young, or as Wu Young released, there was a interview revealed that they are going to do more conventionally attractive heroes, less oddball characters being your Omnics, your animals, and things that are not the norm conventionally attractive. And I see that with them doing that kind of with Venture and a kind of with Hazard. They didn't do it with Juno, but those two were so poorly received, I get it. They released Freya. Freya gameplay-wise wasn't well received compared to others, but overall she was well received. Wu Young very well received. I liked them both visually. I like Wu Young gameplay-wise. I don't really care for Freya, not my character. So, my confusion is, when we only respond well to these conventionally attractive characters, why do we expect them to take chance? To, kind of explore. Why do we expect that, huh? Because it doesn't make sense to me if we keep telling them, no, we don't want this character. If Venture is ugly to you, if Hazard's ugly to you, what do you want them to do? Because those were so minimal risk wise, like Hazard was more design risk, like gameplay risk, but still a little bit of visual. I could see I could see that. Venture mostly visual, a little bit gameplay. But like, if we keep negatively responding to all these new heroes who aren't even ugly, when they do take a slight chance, what is the point? What is the point of them wasting resources on a character people hate? Because I don't know that many people who play Venture, aside from the occasional Venture gets free value or the occasional Venture main you see every once in a while if you consume enough content about Venture. Same with Hazard. Because if Hazard wasn't hard meta, because like Venture wasn't meta, Venture barely got touched in any sort of, professional play or even ladder. So then same thing happened with Hazard until they realized Hazard's really good. So then Hazard got picked up, but only because he was good, not because people liked him. But then people picked up Juno because Juno's good, people like Juno. Then same thing with Freya. Freya was good, people like Freya. Wu Young was good, people like Wu Young. Vendetta looks good, she probably will be good, so what is the point of taking risk as a gameplay developer if everybody will hate it every single time you take a risk? That's just what we need to get over. It is our fault. We are the problem. Now, I'm not saying we are the sole problem, but I am saying we are the primary problem, and we need to get our priorities straight if we want unique heroes or if we want attractive heroes. If you want unique, then shut up. Just shut up, okay? Because the reason that we don't even... Also, first off, I saw something on Twitter. I know, bad place. But people were saying that the only big person for women is really May. And I'm gonna be honest, not even. I'm gonna be honest, not even really, just no. I just, like, she is, but like she's not. You know what I mean? If we actually want risk, we have to show that we are willing to embrace it. Because if we keep rejecting it, like with Venture, like with Hazard, now even when they're doing what they said they were going to do, where they're going to do less oddballs, more conventionally attractive, but probably next year they're going to be doing one oddball, is my guess, next year. So what is the point of them taking any risk if even when they don't take the risk, people are still complaining? That is all I need to say. This video went longer than I wanted, but hey, whatever. I needed to get this off my chest because it is infuriating to listen to you shoot yourselves in the foot. I'm not one of these people. I like every single hero that comes out. And no, it is not glazing. No, it is not, oh, shill, because I don't get paid by them. You know this. Have you seen my videos? They don't look at this shit. Let's be honest here. I wish they did. That'd be nice, but they don't. Oh, well. So I am in no position to be lying to you for any reason. I've liked every hero because I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to see the bright side. And some people in this community are not. I'm not saying you who is watching are one of those people, but you know who I'm talking about. Those people who cannot be satisfied. They either need to change their mindset or leave the community so the rest of us can actually enjoy the game. And again, it is good to have criticism, but when you criticize everything no matter what, there is no point in the criticism. It no longer means anything, and it just makes us look like ungrateful, people. And it leaves the developers in a position where, what are we supposed to do? Like, I'm sure they're already seeing the things about Vendetta, like, on Twitter, because, they look at Twitter, they look at Reddit, they look everywhere. And so they're probably seeing all this shit and it's like, well, okay, well, I mean, what are we supposed to do? Took any amount of risk last year, didn't do anything, so we didn't take any risk for the character's, appearance, looks-wise, and they're still getting flamed. What is supposed to happen? Please, drop comments. And even if you say, hey, I would like if it was a bigger female character or a ugly male character, ugly female character, this or that, would you though? Let's be honest, would you though? Because I'm just saying, would you? Because you say this, but people, like, look at Roadhog, right? Do you know what Roadhog looks like? I don't remember if we even know what Roadhog looks like. I'm sure he's grotesque. That's why he has the mask. He needs to breathe with the mask, I'm assuming. Because I actually don't remember if he does or not, but if he does, there. If we've seen his face, okay. If I'm wrong, okay. But my point is, they take any risk, they get flamed. They don't take any risk, they get flamed. What are they supposed to do? But I hope if you watch this whole video, you like, comment, maybe even subscribe, or at least comment. I don't care. Just any interaction will help. I will see you guys in the next one where I'm going to be dropping the other 2 DPS for a rivals thing. And bye-bye.